So we're at the trailhead. We just pulled up about 45 minutes ago. Got all our gear packed up on the wheelers. Everything is unloaded, ready to rock. We kind of caught a squall. It's just raining like a son of a gun right now. So
we went through about 30 miles of snow. It was snowing a little bit, but once we, the last 20 miles or so before we got here, it turned to rain. But we've got about a 15-mile four-wheeler ride ahead of us. There's some pretty good swamps, a couple creek crossings, so it's going to be pretty nasty getting in there with all this water. So we're going to head out in this stuff, and then we'll see what happens.
Yep, see what happens. We made a run for it. Still raining pretty good, but that's all right. Trail's a little muddy. All the water holes are full. There's water running down the trail. It's a mess. We ended up finding this old mining cabin. Had a couple of outbuildings. One of them had a bunk bed in it, and it was all dry, so we ended up crashing in there last night. It was pretty nice to have a spot to hang our shit up and keep our stuff dry. So.
Yeah, it's opening morning. We're still about, I don't know what, 16 miles, something like that. Yeah. About 16 miles shy of where we want to get today. But I think we can cover probably about half of that with the four-wheelers. So, like Ryan said, it's been raining like crazy. The water's pretty high. We had almost to the limit water crossing last night.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
But we'll see what this river's like up by the glacier when we get up there. But it's a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky.
Where we're going, looking at it right now, there's a bunch of snow. It's down as low, if not quite a bit lower than where we're going. So hopefully the sun will kind of burn some of that off, but
you can see the line across the mountains. So
if not, oh well, we'll see what happens. Kind of straight up into that, and then hopefully it won't push too much water up on the front of the wheelers, and then cut hard right.
It's just that last jump. It was only above your knee.
I don't want. These are sketchy water crossings. We came back across because we don't want to have to do this again if the water comes up.
Well, morning of day two, actual day two of hunting. We're up here at about 5,200 feet right now. Yesterday we made it from out in there, came all the way up into about right there, crossed over, came up this drainage. We left the four-wheelers right in there somewhere.
We survived. couple gnarly water crossings, so we're gonna stash the wheelers and start hiking.
Hiked up onto this flat, and then we came all the way across that, came across the bottom, and we got our camp set up right there. You can see Ryan up there, but it's a good glassing spot. We've got all this country here that we can see. There's a lot of valleys that tuck up in there, so we're going to spend a day or two here and see what we see. What we've seen so far is caribou. There's caribou everywhere around here. I think this morning I seen 18 or something. Our plan right now is to stay here and glass for a few days, and then if it doesn't work out, we're going to move camp and we're going to head back up into some of those valleys. Ryan's sitting up here glassing. This porcupine's heading right to him. We'll see how surprised he is. See if the porcupine will climb up on him. Hey Ryan, look. I had to say something because he was going to walk over you.
Oh, that would have been a bad deal. Figure I'm gonna sit down here for about an hour, drink as much water as I can before I pack all this back up there, huh?
Just tank up like Joe Camel would in the 70s.
Yeah. Great till we piss clear. You want me to fill your container up? Yo, this is an Nalgene?
Yeah, it's an Nalgene. It's a special edition Nalgene.
Oh.
They only come out of Canada.
Speaking of Joe Camel, here's my taco meat hanging out.
Just drop one nip out. Alright, so this is morning of day 3. We didn't see anything yesterday. We glassed all day yesterday. So we made a plan last night. One of us is going to go one way. We got this range in front of us with like 3 valleys in it. We're going to split up and kind of cover more ground that you can't see from right here. And then this morning we woke up just getting ready, just happened to glance out across the valley here, and there was 6 sheep crossing the face of that mountain. So that was kind of heartening. They aren't rams, pretty sure they're ewes. They're about 3.5 miles away. So we're gonna go ahead and follow our original plan and split up for a few days.
Hammer out, do some scouting, and maybe put a sheep down. See what happens. Right beyond.
Ryan's heading that way. I'm heading up there.
That's where it came from. Head to the top of that. That's where we're going.
Well, I've made it about a mile from where we stashed our stuff. I'm down here, just getting down into this creek bottom. And up there is where I'm trying to get, right up on that bench right there. But it's a beautiful day, loving it. We'll keep on moving.
Well, got up on that ridge right there. That was the one I was planning on going to earlier today. Glassed the entire bowl up there. Just saw a bunch of caribou tracks and surprisingly high caribou tracks. So I'm gonna go up another about 1,000 feet in elevation and see what I can see from there. Abel's down that way. I saw him earlier. Looks like he had his pants off, so I think he might have got a little wet going across that river. But I don't know. We'll find out here in a couple days. Well, I just got my glass on that where Abel was, and he was gone. So I got the glass, and he was way out on that big slide area, and it looks like he's going to probably that first or second drainage tonight. So looks like we both came up short I figured if he was going to stay there all night, that means there was rams up in this valley, but I guess not. Well, we didn't see any anyway. So it looks like we both had the same idea of continuing on tonight, going a little bit farther. So I'm going to get to the next drainage over, and he's going to probably get to the base of a couple of them valleys so he can see up in there. But we'll see what happens. I hear water. That's awesome. I was running a little low. It's one of the reasons I didn't want to stay on the other side there. So let's see what we got. Caribou tracks running right through it. Caribou tracks running right through that, so hopefully I don't get giardia. There's something up on that peak up there. So there's caribou right behind me, and they saw me, and now they're coming towards me. Caribou are lost, man. Fucking super lost. Well, that's about as far as I'm gonna go. It's blowing like crazy. It's not happening, so I'm going back down. I got about 2 hours before dark.
Well, morning of day 4, I believe. Yeah, day 4. Checked out this whole valley. And I camped right there behind that knob. Didn't see nothing. Was hopeful there might be something hidden in here, but yeah, there's nothing in here, so I'm getting ready to head up over top of this hill here. There's another valley over there. I'm gonna go over the top of these, check it out, see what's in there. That's the direction that we did see the sheep yesterday. So we'll see what happens. Stopping right here to get a little bit of water before we head up, but should be a good day. It's not raining, it's not windy. Ryan is over that mountain. If I had to guess, he's probably close to 2 miles away. He's heading that way. So we'll see what happens today. It's a beautiful day. Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning, day 5. Spent the night here last night. I camped right down there. It was the only flat spot I could find, but it's kind of a nice little hidden spot. And then I was crossing over, hiking down and kind of cutting around this ridge here, looking up in this canyon, keeping an eye on it all day last night, or all day yesterday and into last night, as well as coming back over and keeping an eye on this valley here. And I haven't seen anything. Late last night, there was 2 ewes right on those rocks there below snow line, but other than that, yeah, I haven't seen anything. No rams, nothing. So I'm gonna head down, pack up, and I'm gonna head over there about halfway up that hill, that small hill, and meet up with Ryan here this afternoon. He's still I don't know, 3.5 miles around that mountain and over the other way. But yeah, we're gonna talk about, see what we want to do. There's not really anywhere else to go from here. Over on his side, there's a big river over there. We don't want to cross that on foot. It's a sizable river. And then on my side, of course, we got this glacier here that's cutting us off, and I don't think we're going to cross that glacier. And I've been looking pretty hard at the mountains on the other side, and I haven't seen anything over there either. So but yeah, we're gonna go down there, have a little chat, maybe cook some food, get some hot food in us, and see what our plan is from there. But definitely having fun up here, getting a lot of boot miles in. Everything's pretty rugged, but it's fun. It's good for me. All right, it's it's about 1 in the afternoon, day 5, Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. We just met back up. We spent the last 2 days a couple miles apart checking out some different valleys. We didn't see anything. I saw 2 ewes this morning, and then we saw those 6. We're pretty sure they were ewes the other day before yesterday.
Yeah.
That's all we've seen, and we're kind of at the end, or at the limit of what we can explore in here. We've got a glacier on one side and a real big river that neither one of us wants to swim across.
Yeah, I went all the way to the left there and got basically cliffed out. There was one spot where I could cross and get to maybe one more valley over, but it was one way in, one way out, and it was nasty. And I glassed it for 2 days and didn't see a single animal. I glassed it from up high, down low, morning, noon, and night for 2 days. Didn't see a single animal except for caribou. Saw a shitload of caribou out there in all the high spots where I was looking for sheep. So I don't know if, and then trying to go up and over it, it's all just rock. You can't make it through there. So I kind of reached the extreme going this way. I think Abel did the same.
Yeah, I crossed 2 valleys over and pretty much spent hours on each one. They don't go too far in. They're kind of big box canyons, kind of. Got a good look at both of them. And there's just, like I said, there's a few ewes over there, but no rams. Our options are to get out now while it's nice, or sit here for another 5 days and hope something moves in. But we're supposed to have bad weather for the next 2 days, so I think we're gonna head out, get back to the truck, and there's some we got a couple moose tags and some caribou tags, so we might just switch species and do some hunting for the next few days in a different area.
Yeah, I mean, we came in here, we'd never been in here before. We just looked at it on maps, and neither of us have time to scout during the summertime. We're just busy. We're doing all sorts of other stuff. So this was a good opportunity to come in here and kind of get the lay of the land. I don't know that I would come back here.
Not for sheep. I'd come in here for caribou.
Yeah, there's tons of caribou in here. There's just not enough area that you can access. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but like, you get cliffed out and you can't go anymore. It's just the end of it. It's too dangerous. So.
Yeah, we pretty much had 4 valleys to check out and the mountains in between, and we got every inch covered.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Somebody probably could, but it's beyond my skill level to go beyond where I was at. I'm sure there's guys out there that could do it, but like, I'm not a mountaineer. I spend enough time in the mountains, but you'd need some pretty decent gear to get past there.
We're lowlanders.
Yeah.
We're moose hunters. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
We saw some new country. We've been talking about coming back here. It's pretty crazy getting in. As you can see, we had to cross a few rivers and
yeah, we're looking at a giant glacier. It's pretty awesome up here. It's cool country. It was a cool trip, but I just don't think there's any sheep in here.
Nope. Also, I did talk to a bio before we came out, and they were saying that there was a real bad winter kill on sheep this last winter. We had a really bad winter, so that could be part of the issue. But I think I wouldn't come in here either again without a pre-hunt scouting mission at least. I wouldn't come in here and waste the time getting in here, because it does take a long time to get in here. We're
get in here.
What, almost, yeah, we're like 30 miles from the truck right now. So
yeah, I mean, some of that's on 4-wheeler.
Yeah, like
and everybody thinks that's easy, but it's not. We still have some pretty gnarly river crossings to get back across, and it's been raining for, I don't know, it snowed and then it rained. Snowed and then it was sunny, melted all that snow off, and then it rained, so we might be stuck on this side of the river for a day or two, and then hopefully get across before it starts raining up here again. So
yeah, it was right at the limit crossing the big river. At least for my four-wheeler it was pretty sketch, but it was fun.
Yeah,
pucker factor was up
high.
here.
Yeah,
so
cool. Well, we're gonna head out. Let's see what happens. It's our new catchphrase, man.
See what happens.
See what happens. All right, we made it back to the Wheelers. Made it back. Bears didn't chew on anything. So we're gonna get these fired up and get back to our beer stash. We're gonna get these Wheelers fired up and get back and go look for some caribou and some beer.